Hello everyone. Joanna here. I am just waiting to get confirmation we are live, and we are officially live. Hello and welcome to the Alignment Masterclass, which is all about elevating your client and your attraction factor. Who is excited for this masterclass? I'm a couple of minutes late because I needed to kick my cat out of the room. She's a bit of a needy one, so I had to set up some snacks for her to go away and stop distracting me. I am just going to give people a couple of minutes to join, but we are going to dive in super powerfully. Kirsty, hello. Okay, I'm glad I can see the comments. Sometimes I have problems with these comments when I'm using the desktop Facebook thingy. I am also going to save this video and add it to YouTube. So hello everyone on YouTube. Pop in hashtag live or hashtag replay, because those of you who are going to stay till the end on a live session are also going to receive a special gift from me, and I am going to announce that gift at the end. Okay, so if you're able to stay till the end, we're not going to go for longer than an hour, I promise. You are going to get an amazing gift as well. Who is here? Say hello. Say hello. Dominica is live. And Emma's just messaged me. No, Emma is on Facebook. Who else is watching? Isn't it funny that usually like people leave it till the last minute, like, how do I get on the masterclass? Who else is here? Say hello. I know that people will be joining. How are you guys feeling? Let me know in the chat. If you've been on any of my calls, you know I always like to oh, she's here. Amazing. Hello. I always like to ask, how was your day? Give me a score in the door. Like 1 is like just meh, and 10 is like I'm freaking amazing. Also, let me know if you are new to my masterclass, if you're new to the Facebook group. I'm super excited about this masterclass specifically because it's been a long one coming. I do a lot of like nervous system regulation work, and those of you who work with me, you know, like I am big about somatic practice, etc. But I am going to dive a lot deeper, okay? We're not going to just talk about client attraction and abundance attraction. I'm also going to go into 6 powerful steps that you can actually do in order to change your client attraction, your money story, your abundance story, and why perhaps despite, I'm going to take these because they're making a noise and they're annoying me. Why perhaps a lot of mindset work, why even perhaps if you've done like some regulation work, why that hasn't worked for you and you still feel maybe a little bit stuck, you feel a little bit scared of going live, of being, getting yourself out there, and that whole client and money attraction isn't just going great. Okay, so I am huge on both, like I said, nervous system regulation, as well as all the strategies and all the masculine side of the business. I truly believe that we need both. We really need both. And those people who are purely focused on the mindset work without the proper integration, without the somatic, without the embodiment, are usually the ones who will like try loads of strategies, tried a lot of mindset work, try a lot of healing, energy healing, and it just doesn't seem to get in. And let me be very honest with you straight away, it's not going to get in if you are in resistance. And I'm going to talk about this in a second as well. If you've been in a chronic stress, and I know that some of you are going to tell me like, Joanna, but I'm not stressed. I can bet £1,000 that if you're not making money from your business consistently, if you're not getting clients consistently, you are in a chronic stress, and you are in a chronic stress around money. And if you are in a chronic stress around money, you are actually unconsciously and subconsciously repelling clients and money, okay? Which is why it's really prompted me to do this masterclass for you guys. And also, at the end of it, share with you the next powerful steps that you can take with me to change that game completely, to rewire your story around money, to also rewire how you feel about not having made enough money recently, okay? Because all of that together with like your whole money story, how your nervous system has been calibrated through your life experiences, how that has a massive effect on your ability to make money and also your current money set point. Okay, so who's excited? Let me know in the chat who is excited to find out more, because I am super excited. Okay. I'd never considered, but it makes so much sense. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to go over today is why I'm going to give you a little bit of explanation, like why inconsistent clients and inconsistent income months are actually happening in your business. You know, there's an explanation behind that. Why you actually end up feeling like a failure because you're not making the money you desire. And then again, that's very much entangled with the whole money story, as well as how you feel in your body, in your, you know, in your nervous system, like in your physical body, what emotions you tend to give to the story, what's the loop that keeps on playing on repeat, and why like the overwhelm and stress is just like a natural response to wanting to make more money. And this is a toxic loop that hardly anyone talks about. Like, I know there are some mentors that talk about this, but a lot of them focus on the mindset. I am huge on the mindset work, guys. Huge. If you've attended my masterclasses, if you're in my visibility vortex, you know that I'm huge on mindset. Like, empowering beliefs, empowering thoughts, empowering language is all I breathe, sleep, and repeat. And I correct myself on a daily basis as well. But it's not just that. We then have to bring all of these thoughts, emotions, how we speak, what our intentions are, what we repeat to ourselves on a daily basis, we have to bring it into the body. And contrary to like the most popular belief where they say subconscious mind is here, no, subconscious mind isn't here. Subconscious mind is your body. So if there's a story that is against the intention that you're trying to create, if there's a story, if there's an experience, if there's suppressed energy or locked energy in your body that hasn't been transmuted, hasn't been alchemized properly, that story will affect your physiology, and your physiology will affect how you see and how your brain, how your mind, how your whole body feels around getting more money. And a lot of people, they start getting like big light bulb moments when I explain this in a little bit more details and actually show them the steps of what needs to happen for this to actually get embodied in your body, so that you can actually start making more money in your business in a way that feels good rather than feels draining and stressful. So you can actually start attracting clients who are on the same wavelength as you, instead of attracting clients from the current vibrational set point. Imagine if you're like stressed and just overwhelmed about like, okay, why is this not happening? Why is this not happening? Guess what type of clients you're going to attract into your business? I've been there, I've done that. And the only way to shift that is for you to shift your frequency, okay? It doesn't work like that, that you're like, we're just continuously going to blame clients. We cannot, because you are your own point of attraction. You are your own point of attraction for your life, for your business, for the clients, for the money, for the relationships, for the health, for the well-being. You. And I'm going to invite you today to start claiming your power back, start changing your story, and start taking responsibility back for what you have been creating, because that is the most empowering place to be in, is to realize, shit, I have been creating this. I've been creating this by repeating the same thoughts, by repeating the same words, by feeling exactly the same way, by unconsciously giving my power away to the external world instead of focusing what is I truly want and desire. 80% of people continuously daily on a daily basis focus on what they don't want and what they don't like in their current reality. They will fight for their limiting beliefs for their dear life. I have conversations with these people on a daily basis. right? Like, I am not available to argue for your limitations. I am only available to show you your power, to show you a way out. If you're coming to my world and you're going to argue how tough your life is and you're not willing to do anything about it, I am probably not a mentor and coach for you. I am sorry, but I am not. Right? I'm all about honesty. And anyway, if you're catching on a replay and you're new to my world, I forgot to even to introduce myself. You see, like, that's how excited I always get. But my name is Joanna Chonsa and I am a visibility coach. I'm also an international silent counseling trainer. I'm a theta healer, and my passion is to help holistic entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, practitioners to scale their business to a 6-figure mark and beyond in a completely regulated and embodied way. We've seen in the coaching healing industry how many people get burnt out, how many do it in a unsustainable way, how many entrepreneurs are doing it from the energy of push, pull, hassle, and they're surprised. Like, they may have those high months, but the next month is like, where is all the money? Why does it feel like I constantly have to chase the end of my paycheck? It's because you're doing it in a dysregulated and completely not embodied way. So I am truly, truly confident and excited to say that this masterclass is going to be the biggest light bulb moment for you if this is what you've been experiencing. Okay? If you've had inconsistent money, inconsistent months, and you've been showing up and you've been doing all the doing, you'll know why. Okay? I'll show you how you can make these permanent and shifts, like on a somatic level, that will help you get embodied, that will help you tap into the new levels of wealth and abundance. I will show you how to very quickly stop feeling overwhelmed and burnt out, like trying to make all this money when you've just, like when you finally discover like what you've been doing, let's call it wrong. Although I don't like to say that you've been doing it wrong. You've just been doing it in an unconscious way. But why hasn't it been working for so long? When you tap into the power of your nervous system and the wisdom of your body together with the wisdom of your mind, that's when you can actually make money more easily. That's when making money, making sales, talking to people, having DM conversations, seeing if you can help somebody feels like a breeze, feels like a joy. If you are a coach, a healer, an entrepreneur, and you don't like talking to people, I honestly wonder like if coaching healing is for you. Like, it makes me question, guys. But it could also be down to the fact that you may be so dysregulated that actually talking to people feels scary because you're afraid of rejection, because you're afraid of criticism, right? Which is why I am on a mission to help you shift that relationship with making money. That it doesn't come from a place of like, I have to talk to people. I cannot wait to talk to these people. Because at 1, I know that I can help them. 2, it feels so good. 3, it's not salesy at all when I present a solution that we both agree that it's an exact match for them. That's how Emma got into my world. That's how Dominica got into my world. Through various different offers, we simply had a chat. And they just said yes. Right? When you do it from that place, making money feels joyful. And finally, this is the last missing piece. When you learn how to stop feeling stressed about the like money on the good months as well as on the bad months, especially let's call them bad months, when perhaps there is a little bit of, let's call it a dry spell and things aren't just moving as fast as you're used to. This is where most people freak out, guys. This is where most people go like, shit, I'm doing something wrong. There's something bad happening, etc., etc., etc. Let me know if that resonates. If you go like, yay, celebrating on an amazing month, and then when a slow month comes in, you're like, fuck, what is going on? If you can hold neutrality, and please, like, I'm the first one to tell you, I've been through those months, and it took some time and training to actually feel okay and still safe when you don't know how you're going to pay your bills. I kid you not, I've been there. I put my hand up. I'm very honest that I share this in all my programs. A few years ago, I was in that place where I didn't know how I'm going to pay my bills. I was down to my last £4 in my overdraft. I'm not gonna I don't often share my money wins and how much money I'm making, because that's not the main driver that I want you to work with me for. I share a lot of my clients' wins. Lot of my clients' wins. Those are my testimonials. How much money I'm making, to me, that's irrelevant. Because if you're only hiring me based on the amount of money that I'm making, there's an energetic mismatch. Because I'm not just about the money. I'm actually about making money, building a business, building an impact in a sustainable, embodied, and regulated way. So then you can do whatever you want with that money. This is not just about money. This is about the lifestyle, the freedom to be, do, and have whatever you want. To run the business in whatever way you want. To attract clients in whatever way you want. To do stuff with your family in whatever way you want. I'm more about that. I'm more about being myself, being authentic, being absolutely unapologetically me, and running my business in that way. Therefore, sharing my money wins, that's irrelevant. What I'm after sharing with you is how you can start expressing yourself and your truth, your message, your way of helping people unapologetically, in a way that when it comes to being visible, it feels so freaking awesome that you cannot wait to do that. Yeah. Okay. So you are in truly for an absolute ride today. Okay. Who else is with us? Say hello. Say hello. Oops. If you're watching live. We're going to completely shift your relationship with money today, okay? At least you're going to have awareness of what your relationship with money has been so far. Through the thoughts, through the beliefs, but also how you felt about money. Anytime you feel constricted, stressed, anxious about how you're going to make money, that simply means, one, you're dysregulated, your nervous system is dysregulated, but two, most importantly, this is what's most important. If I'm having conversations in the DMs, oh, hi, Sarah. If I'm having conversations in the DMs and somebody tells me, and I fully appreciate that, guys, honestly, but I'm going to invite you to do a little reframe here, because that type of mindset is keeping you stuck. When somebody wants to join any of my programs, whether that's the membership, amplified visibility, not so much my one-on-one, because people who join one-on-one are ready for my one-on-one, both financially, energetically, and emotionally. But either of those programs, and they tell me that they are worried if they are going to make their investment back. They are worried if they're going to have enough for the next payment. I used to say that, guys, until my mentor explained to me what that truly means and how that was holding me back. That story simply says a few things. Two most important. One, you don't believe it's possible for you. Two, you don't trust yourself that you can make it happen. And three, you're not even allowing yourself to see the possibility. So actually 3 reasons. Let me know if that resonates. You don't believe it's possible for you. You question that. Number 2, you don't even trust yourself. Which to me it says, and I had a conversation with some of you actually here on the call when I asked you, does that mean that you don't believe it's possible for you and then you don't trust yourself that you can make it, or that you're just not willing to do the work? Because those are 2 different things. But if you're willing to change your financial story and move into the frequency of attracting more clients, more money through the business, more freedom, more joy to do the things that you want to do, you have to shift this immediately, right now, here and now. And trust in your capabilities to do become and have what it is that you desire comes from an attitude of, I am going to plug in, I am going to apply as many trainings and as I possibly can. I am going to show up. I am going to ask questions. I am going to ask for support. I am not afraid of making mistakes because it's not that I make anything wrong. I am willing to try, learn from it, and try again and do things better. And I trust that it's through that journey of trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, I am going to get better and better and better and better. Whilst I'm also working around how I'm functioning on a daily basis. Let me know if that is hitting home, guys. Some of you are like, but I know it is. I know it is. I've been there. 99% of my clients have this. Okay, if you're telling yourself, you don't trust yourself, and how can you expect yourself to achieve those results if you don't trust yourself? That trust is built through being a regulated human being, because you stop doubting yourself, you stop questioning yourself, you stop operating from energy of constant like, oh, but what if it doesn't work? But what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? And you move into the energy of like, I am the creator of my life. As long as I have faith, I show up, I do this, and I am being the person who expects things to work out for me. And I have the belief that everything always works out in my favor. You cannot go wrong with that. And results and the next payment for your next installment shows before you even that next installment is due. Yeah, sorry, saying yes. It's that fear of what if I don't, to keep up the payments. That's keeping you stuck, Sarah. Like, I'm going to be that's how I used to be. What if? There's 50-50 chance, right? What if? Well, but what if you do make money? What if you are able to sell programs? What if actually showing up and being visible feels easy? What if it actually works out for you? 50-50. What do you consciously give your focus and attention to? Because if you're giving it to what if it doesn't work, it's not going to work. Simple as, right? Law of attraction, law of magnetism. Yeah, will clients really want to pay me? That doubt is keeping clients away from you, Kirsty. It's got to be a belief. Clients are desperate to pay me. Clients are prioritizing me to pay me. Why? Because they so desperately want to change. They are sick and tired of being stuck in the same situation over and over and over again. It is not down to me. My job is like, when I show up and present the opportunity for clients to change their story, to change their life, to change their game, to change their financial game, their emotional game, their health, it is not my responsibility and not my problem to worry if clients will pay me. My only job is to say, I'm here available, and I trust that universe, God, however you feel comfortable calling it, will deliver. That's my only job, is to trust that when I show up and when I'm available and when I'm visible, the clients who are ready to pay me will come. That's your only job, guys. And the reason also, Kirsty, why you're telling yourself that is because you don't fully stand behind the work that you do. It's not embodied. You know it on the logical level, like you told me, you've been doing this for 20 years. It's on the logical level, but it's not fully embodied. And until you do that, you're probably likely to have that same mindset, that same talk. So this needs to shift. Yeah. Beautiful, Emma. Notice when your thoughts are coming from scarcity. This is scarcity mindset. And we have to be so vigilant and, catch ourselves. Okay. Where is it that I'm, actually looking at the glass half empty rather than glass half full? Okay. So if you have been, like, even the beliefs that you got guys are sharing, that's an indication that you're actually in a dysregulated state. When we are in dysregulated states, like from a spiritual point of view, you are actually away from your highest expression, from your divine expression. Your divine expression is, I am loved, I am always chosen, I am divine, I am amazing, I am worthy, I deserve X, Y, and Z. That's your natural divine state. This is how you were born. All of this scarcity mindset and the beliefs that you are sharing just takes you further away and away and away and away from that alignment, which is why this masterclass is called Alignment Masterclass. This takes you away from this aligned divine state. Imposter syndrome, feeling like a fraud, simply means you're away from your divine truth. Your divine truth is what I already told you. You're worthy. You deserve to be paid abundantly. You deserve to work with amazing clients. You deserve to trust yourself. You know how to trust yourself. Like, that self-trust is natural. It's through all of our experiences, guys. We forgot how to trust ourselves. And we continuously give our power away to, to human design, to tarot readings, to horoscope, to all the bullshit. What about you? What about your intuition? When you are in a dysregulated state, your intuition is non-existent. If you are constantly stressed, doubtful, not trusting yourself, the intuition that you're able to tap in actually comes from that same level of doubt, fear, shame, and guilt. Guess what happens when you're in that state and you're operating on that level of intuition? You are going to attract people, circumstances, programs that will feel completely misaligned to the highest version of you. To the version that attracts money and clients easily. To the version that literally just trusts herself so much in her work. Looking into human design. That's a rabbit hole. That's all I'm going to say, Dominica. But that's my personal view. I was in it as well. But I've realized, whose truth is that to say, well, if you're a generator, whatever, you only get to receive in this way. If you're a manifesting generator, you only get to do things in this way. And you're a projector, whatever else, thing you are, then you only get to have your life and live your life in that way. Whose truth is that? Is that God's truth? Is that divine truth? I don't think so. How I create my life is from my own truth. There are no rules, guys, in life. There are literally no rules to how you get to make your money, how you get to build your business, how you get to attract amazing clients, how you get to sell your services through social media. What we've been conditioned, especially with social media, is that you need to show up in, that and that many times. You need to post at that time on Instagram to, for your post to be seen the most. You need to send 10 or 12 emails before somebody decides to say yes to you. The purchase journey takes 3 to 4 months. I just simply started questioning, whose truth is that? Do I want this to be my truth? Or do I want to create my truth based on my connection to the divine? If I want to decide, I could potentially have a client from one conversation. When I started saying that and changing those beliefs, clients started coming sooner, faster. Exactly. I didn't want to be put in the box of who I was either. I was like, that doesn't resonate with me. If it resonates with you, great. I have honestly nothing you doing it against it. I don't want to be put into any box whatsoever. Horoscopes, astrology, whatever. Yes, it can add an addition, but some people just go so to it that it actually limits your receiving, because you're closing yourself off from all the ways of how you could experience this once in a lifetime life that you get. So that's all I'm going to say about horoscopes and human design and everything else. Okay. So I want to take you through 6 powerful steps that you get to take. One, to reframe your money story, to reframe how you feel about creating more money, how to change the state that you've been in, how to change how you feel about visibility, how to essentially raise your frequency so that attracting clients, attracting abundance, attracting wealth in your life becomes so much easier. Okay, so make sure that you take plenty of notes because this is really, really valuable. Okay, if you really take this seriously and start applying these steps, your whole business can change super, super, super fast. Okay, number 1, the first thing that you actually need to let go of is the more effort, more work, harder work equals more money. We need to drop that story. If everybody who's working hard, if that was true, then that would mean that we would all be millionaires by now. People who work really, really hard, there are people who work really, really, really hard and they're on a minimum wage. So you need to drop that story right here, right now. This is a default system that we've been programmed by the collective consciousness, by the society, by the government, to squeeze as much energy from us as possible. What that does to many people, majority of people actually, it puts us in a stressed, dysregulated state. Because we're running like headless chickens, right? 9 to 6, 9 to 8. Who came up with this bullshit? No wonder the millennials right now are like, no, I don't want that. There's an easy way. We've got social media, we've got online. We've literally got a world at the touch of our fingers. We can connect with clients all over the world. Like, the opportunity and the world is our oyster. So that belief that you need to work really, 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 really hard and put so much effort to earn more is no longer true. And the sooner you let go of this, the easier it will be for you actually to tap into the limitless supply of wealth and abundance. Okay? Stress creates constriction in the body. Simple as. If you're tired, if you're knackered, do you have energy? Do you have passion? Do you have excitement to go out there and share your story? Probably not, right? Like if I'm tired, and sometimes I do get tired, guys, don't get me wrong. That's why there are so many burnt out entrepreneurs, because they believe that they have to do everything by themselves, that hiring support will be too expensive, whereas in fact, it can save you a lot of time for you to just purely focus on your zone of genius instead of spending hours on Canva, hours on preparing post, instead of actually doing the thing, like the money generating activities that are pure to the point, that are guaranteed to bring more income through your business. Okay. Number 2. I've been talking about this all this 35 minutes. Regulating your nervous system. Second most important step. And you'll notice before I even mention about the mindset. This truly is, guys, a make or break for your business, for your life, for your health, for your relationships, literally for every single area of your life. This is a make or break. Regulating your nervous system. Working around embodiment. Embodying your genius fully so that there's not even a thought like, will clients pay me this? Of course they will. Absolutely. Because I know the value of the transformation that I provide. We're talking about this in the Visibility Vortex this month. Getting clarity on what your clients go through will help you stand fully behind your offer. And therefore, charging whichever amount of money you want to is not going to be a problem, because you can see how their life is going to change. Clarity on that equals confidence, conviction, and embodiment. Match that with releasing any gunk, any energy, alchemizing any bullshit within the body. Match, boom, clients come. It happens so fast. if you skip this, honestly, like this is the bit that people are like, yeah, no, but I do a little bit of breath work. I do some, I do some tapping. I do some breathing. Unless you're going to the root cause of why the patterns that are showing up in your life, unless you're going to the root cause, this is all happening on the automatic. I don't want to spend too much time like explaining the scientific stuff of the nervous system, but if there is a root cause which consciously people aren't even aware of, okay, like consciously you cannot even tap into that, this is stored in your subconscious. It is through processes of relaxation, removing resistance, to seeing, feeling, hearing the truth. This is the only way that you can notice, like, okay, what is feeding this behavior? Why am I holding on to this? What am I gaining from this? And until you realize why are you holding on to the pattern, you are not going to shift it with mindset work. You are not. Because there's physiological response locked in together with an experience, locked in together with visceral sensations of like emotions feeding the whole loop, that it's recreating that same pattern in your life over and over and over and over again. If you skip this, you are likely to see the same patterns repeating themselves. And all you're all going to end up feeling is frustration. You're like, but I have done so many sessions. It doesn't matter how many sessions, mindset session or NLP sessions or EFT sessions or theta healing sessions you've done. It doesn't matter. If you haven't gone to the root cause, if you haven't worked with the body, to have that awareness, that aha moment, that instant, let's call it healing, when you realize like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'm gaining from this. It's giving me a payoff. No wonder I don't want to let this go. Because your body and your mind knows that through this, I get a payoff. It doesn't know that there's another way that's actually an empowering way that you can create this. The body and emotions run the show. Typical example, getting triggered, guys. Don't we all get triggered on a daily basis? Before you even know it, your emotions have taken control over you. If that happens, game over. For that time, right? For that period of time, game over. Your emotions have taken control. You react. Essentially meaning, if you don't change that, if you skip this, one, this will affect your relationship with money story, visibility story, client attraction, abundance attraction story. But two, you will basically, why react? Like, why reacting is called reacting. You are reacting that same story, that same behavior, the same emotions, the same thoughts. Therefore, you get exactly the same result. It's that simple, guys. Like, this is not rocket science. Nervous system regulation is actually so easy when you've got the right tools that get you to the root cause of the problem. Working with the body, working with the soma is everything when it comes to changing your financial story. Okay. Number 3, after we've started the regulation process, we also need to look at what if anywhere, is there any stress, any trauma, any story that is working against me? My example of a trauma with money was the fact that I grew up in communistic Poland. Before I was even born, in my DNA, in my cells, I already had imprinted story. And this guy's like, this is proven, this is science. Before you're even born, we carry DNA, beliefs, experiences, trauma, emotions of 14 generations back. This is what we're not consciously aware of. Does that mean that we now need to dig out all of our life and heal all of those stories? No, I'm not saying that. Because it can simply happen that you just get to shift your focus. However, if you're noticing a pattern that is just showing up on repeat, that is an invitation for you to go, okay, What the hell is feeding this story? What experience? Where is this coming from? And the moment we get to find out where this thing is coming from, we shine a light on this, we disempower it, we break it, with literally like gone, okay? It's non-existent anymore. We take our power away from it, we take the focus, we take the emotional charge from it, and we then move it, okay, what do I want instead? Now that nothing is pulling me back, nothing is keeping me away from moving forward. There's no attachment to the past, there's no attachment to the trauma. Trauma is stored in the body. Like, I've spoken to a few clients over the last few days who have been seeing, I made a post yesterday where I very, very confidently said that, like, I don't believe in talking therapy. I know there are different modalities of talking therapy, but I've had clients who have come to me after 7 years. I had a personal friend who's been going to therapy for 10 years, guys. And she hasn't shifted the pattern. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Paying all of this money, 7 to 10 years of talking therapy. I said, you don't need that. There is a tool that can help you reach and release this bullshit, this trauma faster. Why would you want to give all of your focus constantly to the past? And go, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. You're never going to recreate a new thing by constantly focusing on the past. Like, even just like the whole trauma healing. Like, I honestly don't like to be in that energy. I know that there is trauma, it needs to be healed. But the way that I teach my clients is, let's not continue giving the focus of what happened. Let's release the shackles of what continuously pulls you back, which is your emotional addiction, your neurological addiction, because what you think continuously on a daily basis, what you give your power away to, creates neural pathways in your brain. Therefore, you actually end up creating an addiction to your thoughts, which then creates addiction to the emotions, addiction to different neurochemicals in the body, and before you know it, your body is working on automatic without your conscious awareness. And people then say, well, why isn't mindset work working? Because it's not even scratching the surface. Okay? So, stress. What is the stress and trauma around money that you're currently experiencing? What's the story that you've been giving all your power away to? With the right tool, you can learn how to shift this. And I'm going to share that tool later on with you, okay? Number 4. Now comes the mind. I never did the mind because you've probably heard, beliefs, affirmations. I love affirmations. Anyone who tells you that affirmations don't work, please don't listen to them. The only reason why they don't work is when the body's in resistance, okay? If you're like, I'm a millionaire, and the body goes like, no, you're not. You can barely pay your bills. There's going to be a resistance. However, if you do the step 1, 2, and 3 first, you change how your body feels, first of all, about money, that it's no longer creating that automatic, more money means stress, means jealousy, means criticism, means me being alone, mean my family being, jealous of me, or whatever story is running the show. Whatever more money feels and means to you. I'm actually curious. I would love to hear from you in the chat. When you think more money, we're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars, millions of pounds, millions of whatever currency you're in, what's the response in the body? The first is probably going to go oh my gosh, it's amazing. That's a surface. I want you to tap into, if you had all the money in the world that you wanted, what's the worst thing about that? Because that's where the resistance is. Most people say, I wouldn't know how to manage it. I would be scared that people might want to take it away from me. I would need to pay so much tax. I would lose it all. It will be taken away from me. And if that is the deeply subconscious fear about that, well, are you surprised that you're actually not attracting more? There's a different story. Let's see what your beliefs are. Emma is sharing, my belief around that is it's not available to me. But whose truth is that? Like I know it's like, but who told you that it's not available to you? Whose story are you repeating? Dominica, that explains why I felt on the affirmations are not enough. Yeah. And I know we have one person in common who says like, just do that, just do that. I disagree with that. And I was doing that, and then I was like, no, something feels off. I feel the resistance in my body. When I shifted both my body and I started adding affirmations, oh boy, guys, that's manifestation on steroids. If you want to learn how to manifest on steroids, get your body on board, regulate your nervous system, change the story, add a new story, you'll be blown away. I'm going to share with you how you can do that. Other people can have it by not me. Oh my gosh, hold on, guys, because your comments are skipping so fast. I felt that my family would want money once I make bigger money again. Yeah, you see, maybe a belief about being greedy, having loads of money. So who said that wanting loads of money is greedy? You know, where is that belief coming from? Again, we have to question it all, guys, because most of the time we are repeating somebody else's truth. It's not even our truth. Like, you made it your truth, but that's not even God's truth. God's truth, universal truth, again, whatever the name resonates with you, there's an abundance of everything in this world. If you just look outside your window, there's abundance of everything. Abundance of air, abundance of green, abundance of clouds, abundance of sky, abundance of sunshine. There's abundance of money in the world. Abundance. We just have to learn how to feel safe and relax with it so that we can enjoy more. Yeah, there's a belief, Sarah. As soon as I get money, something comes up that I have to pay, so it's straight out again, which means I don't know how to hold it. I don't know how to have more. I don't know how to be with more money. So yes, automatically something else will come in where you will have to, boom, paid. Because you're on a conscious and subconscious level, you haven't been trained to know how to feel comfortable and safe with overflow. Therefore, bills and unexpected payments will come up. Yeah, my family were a bit negative about people who had loads of money. And all of these stories, guys, if you look actually at most of like the millionaires and billionaires, the amazing work that they do in the world is awesome. When I hear about, Jeff Bezos, who's like not even paying any tax, and we get upset with that, guys, just get that. They are just showing us ways how we can all do it as well. They're just showing you ways. What most people don't do is they're actually, let me find out what are legal ways that I can actually pay less tax as well. Where most people do is they bitch about it. Oh, he's not paying. How is it that he's not paying any tax and I have to pay so much? You just haven't done your research to find out how you can pay less, right? They're just showing us opportunities. Reframe. Okay, next step. The mind, okay? Recoding the mind and the brain for richness and wealth. This is where we get to look at all of these beliefs. We bring them to the conscious. It's also through doing the nervous system regulation, you get to become more aware of what story is running the show. And again, this is not just about like, let me write new affirmations. This is about really like looking at the stories like, okay, what is driving the show here? What have I been repeatedly told? How do I feel when somebody, celebrates a win? Because that also tells you what your story around success and celebration is. What your story about celebrating, somebody celebrating your clients. someone is celebrating, like they just get clients so easily, and then you get jealous. Excuse me. It happens all the time, guys. This is not unusual. But jealousy, envy, that's dysregulation. That simply means like it's not possible for me. It's not gonna happen to me. Oh, hold on. You gotta change that story. If somebody else has it, the way that I reframed this belief was, if it's possible for them, it's possible for me too. I just need to find a way. Maybe it's the way that they did it. Maybe I get to do it in a way that's completely unique to me. But if it's possible for them, what makes me, like, what is it that makes me this person that it's not possible for me? The only person that stops you from having more, experiencing more, being more, doing more is, guess what? You. The only person who will ever stop you from having more, attracting more, being more is going to be you. And the only person who's going to allow you to be, have, and do more is also you. This is also where you get to be very, very clever with certain laws of the universe. My favorite is law of assumption. Okay? Where I don't, like, I know there's a lot of energy healers in the group, and a lot of energy healers will be catching up on the replay, where we do a lot of downloads, right? Like we do downloads and we're installing new beliefs. If you're installing just like, if you're working with clients and you're doing it for yourself and you're just installing new beliefs without doing the body work first, that's just like a band-aid approach. Number one, it's just going surface level and you're like, oh yeah, I've got a new belief. It feels amazing. I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. But the body's not on board. Until you've done the body work, none of the beliefs, none of the coding will ever stick, which is why so many healers, practitioners, therapists have clients and even themselves who keep on coming back to the session, having literally just like you've worked with them on that same issue last week or maybe 2 weeks before or maybe a month ago, and they come back to the session and they bring you that same BS again. And you're like, oh my God, we worked on this. But it's not your fault. It's not client's fault. Perhaps you just haven't fully gone deep enough to do the work in the body and then bring the new beliefs. Like, you know, with RTT, when you're doing the subconscious coding, you have to get body on board as well. Like, we can listen to the tapes all day, all night long, but if there's resistance in the body, it is not going to work, guys. It is not. I have worked with so many hypnotherapists. I've worked with so many healers. I've even worked with psychologists. I've trained psychologists who said, where has this been all my life? Like, I've had papers. I've spent 5 to 7 years in your university, and you're telling me that I can help release somebody's anxiety or somebody's deeply rooted fear and phobia in one session? Yeah. And they've experienced this. Okay. Dominica, I recently came across an Instagram profile which talks about how to reduce taxes, but focus on the USA. Oh, there's plenty of UK. If you go on TikTok, actually, there are some really good accountants that I follow, and they're very open about how you can reduce taxes here in the UK as well. Okay, next one. Step number 5. This is what majority of you are not doing. You're not taking empowered action. And let me know if that's true. You're posting, but it's not really an empowered action where it comes from trust. It comes from like an intentional, like, I am going to create this. Instead of, not sure, will this work? Will it not? But what if it today, I just don't feel like. And again, like, I want to explain to you why this behavior happens, why procrastination happens. Procrastination kicks in. Dominica, you read my thing, right? Procrastination, chronic procrastination is not just that you're lazy, because you're not. Your body's resisting you taking action. You're doing it from a disempowered state. So it's not just about A lot of motivational speakers just say, well, just take action, just take action. It's not about that, guys. It's taking it from an empowered state, not from fear, not from anxious state, not from scarcity, not from what if it doesn't work. Instead, I'm freaking overthinking. Yeah, overthinking is another one. Procrastination, overthinking, overanalyzing, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if. That's why there are some great business strategies out there, guys. Amazing. And I know a lot of you are actually using those strategies, but the reason why they aren't working for you, or you've taken programs in the past that haven't, worked out the way you have wanted it to work out, is because you've been doing it from a completely disempowered energy, driven by a dysregulated nervous system. It is like it's that simple and yet that frustrating, right? That a lot of business programs, a lot of coaching programs, a lot of places out there are doing it from this masculine push, 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 stress, hustle, hustle, more energy that puts you into even more dysregulated state. I had that as well, Kirsty. I really had resistance around going live on social media, around my family and friends, but I had to work for this. And I said, I'm not running my business for my family and my friends. I'm running my business for myself and for my clients. I had to change that story, Sarah, I just can't think of anything to write. Sometimes I get frustrated with myself. Thank you for sharing that. This is the point I actually wanted to make. The reason why majority of coaches, holistic entrepreneurs struggle to actually come up with consistent content is few things. And I'm going to speak from the masculine as well as the feminine energy. When it comes to the masculine energy, the reason why people struggle coming up with consistent content, and you're like, I don't even know, I don't have any idea like what to write. You're confused, you're lost, you can't even put into words what is it that you do. Again, that comes down to marketing, that comes down to understanding who your ideal person is, what their life looks like, what do they want to create in their life, and how you get to take them through, I call it the bridge of transformation. If you yourself aren't clear on what that transformation looks like and what each step, why they are where they are, and you can't put it into words, that's the masculine reason why people struggle coming up with content. I help clients with that. It's very easy, okay? But from the feminine energy, if you are in a dysregulated state and you've been running a business in a chronic overwhelm, overthinking, procrastination, resistance, that energy, that heavy dense energy is in your energetic field. Therefore, like I said earlier on, your intuition cannot feed you this information. Like this is the beautiful thing, we all have access to the coding, to the information, to like your soul's, let's call it purpose of your business, the sole purpose of your business, where you get to tap into, actually we did that yesterday in the Visibility Vortex call, when I energetically connected the entire group to the energy of their business, to the energy of their marketing, to the energy of the words, to the energy of the description. People were writing pages after pages. Clarity, information, downloads cannot come in if you are in resistance, if you are stressed, if you are overwhelmed, if you are overthinking, overanalyzing. It cannot. You will struggle. You have to be in a safe and relaxed state, and downloads, literally ideas will be like, you will not have time to even write them down. Like I have to have like little notebooks, and even on my phone, sometimes I have so many ideas that I forget them because I can't keep up with them to like, if I show you, I'm going to show you. I have a folder specifically on my phone. It's post ideas. Okay. Like I literally write them all down. Do I post them straight away? No. But it's in that moment when I'm relaxed, when I've maybe done a little bit of work on myself, those ideas come. And then I have the marketing to back it up. And that's what my clients get to do, right? We get you in a state so that you are receptive, you are calm, you are open, you are willing to receive that information rather than resist it. It comes in. You have it, Emma, right? Like we actually shared it in a chat. The last message that you shared with me on Voxer, no, that's not true. You need to change that. Because you did. I just helped you unpack it and then you went, oh my God, it feels amazing. Yeah. Most of you actually have, you just aren't aware that these downloads are there. Like ideas will come and then you'll go, I'll tell you what you have experienced, because you went, oh no, this is too scary. Oh no, I'm not going to say that. That was your download. That was your inspiration. That was your idea. That was your post to be posted, but you went, nah. Emma, because you're resisting it. Hold on, guys. Maybe you need to start putting ideas immediately. Yeah. Okay. Take empowered action. As soon as an idea comes in, either write this down, post it. Don't overthinking. Don't overanalyze it. Some of the best pieces of content that had the best response for me were the ones that I immediately took aligned action. Immediately. Or within, let's say, the next few hours. Emma, if you haven't got up on the replay from yesterday's call, I highly recommend that you do. Okay. There's a practice that I take entire group through, and at the end, you get to receive inspired action from your soul that you get to step into and do them straight away. It's not about meditating more. It's not about chanting more. It's not about doing even more energy clearing. It's about actually taking a tangible action, sending an email, posting, contacting people, having a chat, inviting people to work with you. But doing it from the right energy. Aligned divine action comes when you are in the right energy, okay? And that aligned action is very, very likely to attract and manifest the results that you desire. Okay, and finally, step number 6, this is the final one. They're all important, but this is the missing piece for most people who focus just on the doing, on the strategies, on working harder, doing more, getting more clients, to get more clients. Instead of who, and if you've attended the Rapid Visibility Shift 3-day workshop 2 months ago, it was the beginning of March, end of February. Throughout the whole 3 days, it was so interesting to observe so many of you, and for the whole 3 days you kept nodding, yes, it's about me being more, it's about me creating new identity of a person who believes it's possible for me, of a person who realizes that if I don't do this, this is the life that I'm going to go through and struggle and get frustrated. Yes, I understand. And then when it came to making a decision, you've almost forgotten about the identity of what you've created over the last 3 days, and realizing that it's the new results come from embodying new energy, trust, confidence, conviction, full appreciation of yourself, of your skills, of your genius, owning it confidently, allowing that identity to come in for you to embody that and act from it, be as if. And you went, no. This is what happens to most people, guys. They allow the old identity to go no, let's go back. Who do you think you are to say this, to be this? And where most people go wrong is, what do I, when I hear a question, what do I need to do? Instead of who do I need to be? Who do I need to become in order to attract that? That shows me that you haven't fully understood that it's not about the doing first. You get to be that person. Then you get to do, and then you get to have. starts with an identity. And you cannot have a new empowered identity if you're just doing the mindset work, but the body is dysregulated. If we literally, if we just look at like a physical representation of who we are and the body, the head is just this. So if we just go with the mind, this is like 10%, 10% of the whole work. But when you actually get to embody your genius, what is it that you're so awesome at, your soul purpose, your natural skills, you change how you feel about this. You change how you feel about getting abundantly paid for it. You get to shift how you feel about helping people. You get to shift how you feel about, acquiring wealth, creating an amazing life for yourself, having freedom, helping your family. That's when you create a new identity. If you're saying like, I want to take a month, like the next, let's say the next dream that I would like to happen is 10K month. Okay. So in that case, what is the 10K version of you? What is he or she already, who is she already being? How is she acting on a daily basis? How is she thinking? How is she or he behaving? What steps is that next version of you taking? Because the mindset of a 10K person, I had this epiphany today to share with you guys. The first 5 to 10K months are the hardest, are literally the hardest. Why? All of the beliefs that you share today, it's not possible for me, what if it doesn't work? This is where the biggest resistance is. However, when you do the embodiment work and you work around regulating yourself to be okay and to feel safe with the new levels of money coming into your world, and educating and teaching your body and your mind how to feel safe holding it, being in the present of it without needing to spend it straight away on bills or whatever else, moving that 10K mark, and then you go 20, 24, 30K months, and you're like, oh, it actually doesn't feel any different past that point. But it's to that point, this is where most people have the biggest resistance. Kirsty, that's how I feel just now, going through a bit of an identity shift. And people believe like this identity shift has to take months. It doesn't. Identity shift can happen in a nanosecond. You just have to decide. You have to decide that you're the person now, and you get to make decisions. You get to commit, you get to declare. You get to change how you think. You get to, catch yourself on the scarcity talk, the mindset, the energy. You get to like, okay, how am I feeling? Is there any, okay, there's resistance. Okay, cool. Let me acknowledge it. Let me address it. Let me just, okay, it's cool. How can I alchemize? How can I shift myself into a high vibration? Okay. The identity shift is you moving from a person like, I might do it. I'm going to, this is the thing that I want to laugh, guys, when I hear this. I'm going to wait for the divine timing. It's not my divine timing. Seriously? Hasn't God given you a free will? You've got free will to create, become, do, and have whatever you want. It's not down to any divine timing thing. Oh, it's not my divine timing to listen to the podcast. I roll my eyes, honestly. Like, I roll my eyes because I just like, really? But that's you. Like, I have to accept this. But that's not a 10K person mindset. I have to wait for the divine. No, the 10K person is like, let's freaking do it. I cannot wait. This is so exciting. Let's do it. I get to decide. And it's the moment of decision, the moment of commitment to yourself, and not even to anybody else. That's when the shift happens. You get to show up in a completely different energy. You literally get to show up in a completely different energy. People feel that. They want to be around you. If you're like constantly doubting yourself, they feel that. Nobody wants to be around people who constantly doubt themselves, who cannot trust themselves. Like, if I'm looking for a mentor, I want to be mentored by somebody who's like on it. She is in the energy of like, okay, if I come and have a meltdown, she can hold my space. So to me, that's already like an extra motivator. It's like, okay, how can I be an embodied mentor, an embodied leader, an embodied coach that when you have a little meltdown, I can actually pick, like, we can do this together. That's what people want. The client attraction is how can I, the identity bit is if I'm deciding that I'm going to be a coach, I'm going to be a mentor, I'm going to be a healer, it's my job to make sure that I am in such high vibe, that I've worked through my bullshit, that I'm not projecting onto you, that I'm not being triggered by you, that I can just be so embodied and so anchored in what I know to be true for me is that I can be the best support for you. Okay? And then any worries like, oh, what will they think about me? They just don't exist. Because I know what I think about myself. To me, that's the most important thing. Am I like into feedback from people? Absolutely. I ask places all the time. I would love to hear your feedback. Let me know. I'm always open to that. But the leadership, the energy, the frequency, we actually discussed this on the call last night in the visibility vortex. I create my vortex whether clients show up or not. I create the energy for you to step into where you're like, oh, this is interesting. And some people don't like it, and I'm cool with that. But I'm not waiting for anybody to show me that they're interested. I am bringing my thing to the table, and I'm here. Do you want to have a dinner with me? Do you want to have? Do you even want to have a dessert with me? Yeah, great. Let's do it. That's the energy. I am doing it. I am the creator. I create the opportunities. I create my income. I attract my clients. I decide like how my life looks like. Together with the universe, together with God, together with Creator. This is like a co-creation. I tap into the resources and the tools that we've all been given. My thoughts, my vibrations, my nervous system, central nervous, like I can go on about this for hours, guys, but I want to keep it short because we're already nearly 75 minutes. I want to make sure that I don't go any longer than that. But from a scientific and spiritual point of view, central nervous system is an electrical system. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying that. When you start, like, this is what I cover in my program, in the deeper programs, where when you get to work with your central nervous system and you know how to fine tune and tweak your energy, this is where you really get to become a super conscious creator of your own life, because you know how to manage energy, you know how to mold the energy, you know how to work with thoughts, you know how to work with affirmations, you know how to manifest powerfully. Electricity travels through the ether. When you know how to work with this, and I'm going to share with you an invitation to step into this in a second, boy, your whole life can change instantly. Okay? So who is looking to become a creator of their own life? Like, seriously, decide to become a creator of your own life from this moment onwards. And let me recap the steps. To drop the story of like, yes, I want to let go. More effort equals more money. No, it's not about doing more. It's actually about being more. Number 2, regulating your nervous system. Okay, regulating your nervous system, learning how to do it in a easy, fast, and empowering way. Number 3, release any stress and trauma around money. The bullshit stories that you've been repeating to yourself. Number 4, recode the mind and the brain, going deep enough that you actually tap into and break and dismantle the limiting beliefs once and for all. And then you've got the body on board. Number 5, take empowered action and act fast. Show up. There's no point adding more certifications onto what you're already doing. You're already enough. You already know enough. You now need to take aligned action with the right energy from an empowered state, with the regulated body on mind, and an empowered mindset on board. Okay? And number 6, this is how you create a new identity. All of these steps lead to you becoming that next version of you that you've been wanting to create. So, if this has been inspiring and you're like, oh my gosh, like I am on fire, how can I implement these steps and actually do this solidly for a long enough period of time that it actually becomes my identity? Then I would love to invite you to step into a new program. I am so excited about this. I actually ran this a year ago, but I've completely upgraded it, up leveled it, and even extended. I'm getting goosebumps as I'm sharing it with you because I'm so excited about it. This is completely different vortex. It's called Regulated to Rich. Regulated to Rich, it's an 8-week group program where we dive into learning how you can raise your vibration, raise your thoughts, raise your nervous system response, and embody new levels of richness and wealth. Okay, but this is not just richness from the side of the money, it's richness in all areas of your life. In business, when we're tapping into creativity, when we're tapping in those constant downloads on demand, when we are tapping into financial abundance, where money just feels like, of course it's going to come, like of course the clients are going to want to pay me, because the clarity and the marketing is already behind it. And we do this all through the wisdom of the body, the mind, and the nervous system. It's going to be an 8-week experience where each week I am going to take you through a beautiful journey of how to actually tap in and follow these 6 steps in a very sustainable and embodied way. So we're going to do the nervous system regulation with my own unique, I call it signature system, signature framework, signature method that I use of all the healing modalities that I've combined over the years. It's called the realign method, where we tap into the regulation of your mind, but we also tap into the regulation and correction and reframing of both. Okay, and if you feel like you've been doing, and you've been trying all the strategies and you're like, I know I'm amazing at what I do, I know how transformative my work is, but it's like it hasn't been working, this is the answer for you. Okay, over those 8 weeks, we're completely going to shift the story. We're completely going to change how you've been operating and moving you away from having that unconscious handbrake on, where you are not even aware that you are in either a freeze or fight or fly or the fawn response, and move you constantly back to that neutral state. This is so important, guys, to stay in the neutral state and work around expanding your capacity to receive more, to hold more, but to also practice the mindful reframing as often as possible. So in the program, we're going to combine the mindset reframing, the nervous system regulation, as well as law of assumption, so that all of it literally creates a manifestation program on steroids. Okay, and this is the thing, like, I've realized over the last 5 years that I've been doing this work, it will be so hard for so many people to actually reach that financial freedom that you desire until you get the mind on board, the body on board, and you bring the right intention, right assumptions, and the right identity at the same time. Feeling safe and feeling relaxed and feeling okay with money is actually key to making more. This is the thing. So many people are like, oh, they're constantly stressed. It's not about doing one session or two sessions. This is about doing it for a period long enough. And that's why I've built this as an 8-week program. And there's a pre-sale investment that it's awesome. I really believe I want to make this as easy for people to jump into, especially those who have been like struggling moving through the money story. So I'm going to share the investment in a second. But I just want to tell you very, very briefly about the program. Is that okay? Just let me know, like literally a couple of seconds. I want to tell you about what is involved in the program and how that journey is going to look like for you. Just drop me a yes. I'm just going to top up my water talking for 75 minutes non-stop. Are you guys okay if I just share little details about the program? I know the comments are slightly delayed on Facebook, but 8 amazing weeks of live calls with me. We're going to meet once a week. And apart from the live calls, you're also going to get amazing practices, actually to practice like on a daily basis if you want to, so that the mindset as well as the body work is going to get embodied into the body. Like I'm talking about the embodiment all the time, but it's not just about coming to the calls and listening to me. This is where you're actually going to do the real work. Okay, this is you constantly practicing being in the energy of safety, being in the energy of expansion, being in the energy of the new identity that you want to call in. Okay, I'm gonna go into the details anyway, guys. Sorry, because I'm not sure if the comments are just delayed. Okay, so like I said, Regulated to Rich is a transformative 8-week life, energetic, and mental abundance alignment program. And what you will explore with me together is you will learn how to use that nervous system regulation with the deep mindset work and using one of the most powerful laws of the universe, law of assumption, to shift and up level your relationship with money, wealth, and abundance, so that you don't just get to have more, you actually get to hold more, you get to enjoy more, and you just get to have more and more and more and more without freaking out, without overwhelming, without over analyzing. This is where the change that you're going to go through in this program is going to help you stop feeling financially stuck and from this feast and famine months, or maybe even years, and teach you how to shift yourself from the money stress, money overwhelm, into safety and overflow. And this is the thing, like when you practice staying in the feeling of safety and overflow with money, everything changes, guys. Everything changes. This is what happens is that you get to instantly overcome any resistance. I don't like to call them blocks, but it's like you overcome the resistance. So you finally start taking that action, the action that you know that you need to take, but your body has been resisting. This is where you start feeling safe in your body, being fully visible, confidently and effortlessly selling your offers and your services, having clarity, like what do I even say? When you're regulated for long enough and you practice that regulation consistently, you step into that identity already knows what to name the program, what needs to be in the program, what content needs to be shared, how you want to share it, how you want to say it, etc., etc., etc. Okay, all of this comes super, super clear. Worthiness, the next one. You get to actually feel worthy of charging more. Charging rates that you want to charge. This is not about like, oh, what people think or what should I charge, what others are doing. No longer feeling icky about this. It just gets to be, you get to decide, this is how much I want to charge for that program. You embody that investment in the body. It feels good, it feels solid. And when you embody that, guys, sales happen like this. Breaking through the next income ceiling, the next level, the new money set point to what you've been used to up until now. Because essentially, what you've been earning up until now, like on a consistent basis, this is your money set point. Looking at your bank account, you can already see what your money set point is. We get to raise them. We get to I'm going to take you through the process that's going to help you get accustomed to creating a new money set point, where actually reaching those 10K months feels like, oh my gosh, of course, like it's a no-brainer. It gets to happen. And you're like, it happens even before the deadline I set myself. This is where you come off the roller coaster of the feast and famine, and you know this, like the knowing, the embodiment. I get to create any amount of income that I desire because I am backed up with the right energy to take the right empowered action. I've got the faith, I've got the trust, I've got the confidence. I am just in the, here's the thing, guys, like if you take anything away from this masterclass, if you practice being in the energy of like, I'm actually curious what gets to happen because I know that everything always works out for me, you detach. You absolutely detach because you're open to like literally just the most amazing outcome of this. And even if your brain, your ego sees whatever is happening as like, oh, but I wish that it happened differently. When you have this belief of like, everything always works out for me. Even in like the darkest moments, like, what do I get to take away from this? What do I get to learn from this? How do I get to embody this? How do I get to implement this? That's the freaking mindset and the embodiment of entrepreneur who just gets the shit done, who creates the income, the life, the business, the clients that they truly know they're capable of. This is becoming confident, decisive, and clear about how you want to make more money in your business and creating this unstoppable belief that you're just like, of course it gets to happen. Let's freaking do this. And all of this starts with getting regulated so that you can get rich. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. All levels, guys. We're talking all levels. This is not just about money. Yes, money will be an amazing side effect of this program, and you'll be literally able to celebrate money wins all day, every single day. I can guarantee you that. But we'll be working on 3 different levels, right? Body, mind, and soul. Law of assumption as well. Okay, so 8 weeks, just very briefly going to tell you what's going to happen in each week. And I work through the energetic system as well. So I actually work with the energy centers where, certain themes, let's call them chakras, but I work more with the themes of actually what each chakra represents and how that can manifest in our lives in terms of overthinking, resistance, lack of flow, lack of creativity. So working through each energy centers allows me to actually bring your whole mind, body, and soul in alignment to your highest self. Week 1 is going to be all about rooting you in safety. This is bringing the feminine and the masculine together, marrying them together. So actually feeling safe in receiving money, prosperity, and abundance starts from the root. Okay, so many people they're like, root chakra is so completely switched off and imbalanced. Financial struggles are usually a sign of that. Okay, so we're going to go whole reshifting around safety and being rooted in abundance. Week 2 is all about awakening your creativity. Okay, this is connecting you to like your divine blueprint behind your copy, behind your marketing, behind how you get to communicate your message, your mission, your purpose, and helping you scale your business in a way that actually feels very solid, very nourishing. This is like activating the energy of rest, play, and flow. Creativity is all about like, let me have fun. Instead of overthinking and analyzing, you're like, how can I get to play in my business? Like, creation of this program, guys, has been an absolute play for me. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this because I know like it's literally going to transform your whole life. Week 3, bringing you back to your inner power. Okay. Activating your confidence, your leadership. So many of you guys need to be reminded that you're a freaking leader, and help you tap back into that energy of leadership so that you can lead your people. You can bring the self-esteem, you can bring the self-acceptance, you can bring the confidence, the purpose, and the drive and the vision into the forefront of your business, so that gets to communicate with your clients versus just your words or your presence alone. Number 4 is all about amplifying that heart-centered leadership. I work a lot from the heart space, but also tapping into the heart space of your business and connecting both is going to accelerate and scale your growth like nothing has ever done for you. Moving away from the salesy, scared place to actually like, I know my shit. I know my shit helps. I know my shit is transformative. Now I get to communicate it from the heart-led space, so that the right people, the chosen people who are meant to be working with, and I know some of you on this call, we're meant to be working together, and probably this is the time that you've been invited, like, shit, she's called me out again. Okay. Authentic, soulful sales process happens when you're like, I'm so excited. Because I just know, like, 8 weeks together, your whole business, your whole life is going to change. You will not even want to turn around. Week 5, this is all about your soul. I'm looking at the sales page. Soulful self-expression. Finding a way to communicate in a way that is uniquely aligned to you. I don't want you to become another carbon copy of another coach, another healer, another therapist, whatever. You get to share your voice and activate the way that you get to call your tribe that is uniquely aligned for you. And it feels so good. Week 6, this is about richness in your truth. Like, what's your truth? What's the voice? What's the message? What's the leadership message that you are being called to share with people that up until now you haven't been calling because of the fear of rejection, fear of being seen, fear of being criticized, etc., etc. What's your truth that you haven't allowed, like, you haven't given yourself permission to communicate? We're going to shift energy around that, so that, like, these, I call them polarizing content, which just like calls in like your people and repels everybody else who's not meant for you. It just happens naturally. Like, you don't even have to have conversations or disagreement with people. Your people just get it. They're like, I agree with you. Like, that's on point. That's exactly what I needed to hear today. Number 7, week 7, richness and connection to the source. Okay. This is what most people do. Like, I need to do it all alone. No, you don't. I get to help you to connect back to the source, divine source energy, from where the downloads come in, inspired ideas, inspired actions, guidance, creativity, flow, etc., etc. That infinite, limitless potential and abundance that you get to tap in and stay in the receptive mode for as long as possible. Hold that frequency for as long as possible until it becomes your second nature. And finally, you know I'm all about visibility. Week 8 is going to be richness and amplified visibility. This is where really, like, acceleration for the business and taking it to the next level, tapping into the greatness of your business is going to happen. Okay? Allowing for you to experience true richness in your business and move away from, like, oh, I've been trying to do this for the last however many years. We get to collapse the time in 8 weeks, and you actually get to see what's truly, like, we're actually going to even, like, scratch the surface. What you get to step into after that is going to be beyond what you're probably even, like, capable of visualizing right now. Like, the energy that I've been tapping into this program of what's possible and what you get to step into is beyond your wildest dreams, guys. Beyond your wildest dreams. So I am so excited. I'm going to share with you a sales page as well, so you can check everything out. There are plenty of amazing bonuses that are included. One of the one that I'm really confident to share with you, excited to share with you is my wealth codes activation. So this is my money manifestation program that teaches you how to use affirmations together with law of assumption, together with energetic recalibration, for those affirmations to work on steroids for you. So apart from the 8 weekly calls that you are going to receive, and the calls are going to happen on Monday. So the program actually doesn't start until the 20th of May because I am away on holidays in a week time for a couple of weeks. So there's still plenty of time to join, but I do have a pre-sale investment for you, and that price is only going to increase up until the 20th of May. So the calls are going to happen on Mondays at 4 p.m. British summertime. 4 p.m. every Monday. You're also going to get access to modules and, like, practices and homeworks that you get to do to literally embody what I'm going to teach you on those live calls. You're also going to get access to 8 weeks of Voxer with me Monday to Friday. So if you have any questions, you need any support outside of this, you can come into the Voxer, ask me questions, share your wins, share your celebrations. All of my programs have got access to Voxer to me because I love like the community bit. There are going to be plenty of like my signature meditations, visualizations, and practices to take that, let's say, logical learning beyond the mind and into the physical reality. This is like the embodiment bit. Okay. And extra bonuses, my amplified alignment program, which is just like my most divine creation. I did it 2 years ago. That really helps you to get into alignment with your business, like your niching, like on an energetic level. Like, who's your niche? What's your message? What are the programs that you get to create? How you get to communicate that, all on the energetic level. So potent, so potent. So like the value of all of this, guys, it's probably like beyond nearly 7K. However, I did say that I do want to make this invitation to you very, very special. And I've got a pre-sale price investment that is available only for the next 3 days. Okay, so on, what's today? Today's Thursday, yes? So on Saturday morning, that investment is going to go up. So current investment to join this amazing 8-week program is only, have a guess, is only 888 in full, or you can do it over 2 installments of 497. So over the next 3 days, so that's 72 hours, that pre-sale price is available to anyone here on the call, anyone watching on the replay. You can either pay in full 888 or 2 installments of 497. On Saturday morning, that investment is going to go up to 1,111. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, I want to join now, you've got 3 days to take this amazing opportunity to save yourself nearly £300. Okay. And like I said, you can pay in full, you can pay in installments. I'm making this very, very easy to join for you to really start creating amazing wealth and abundance in your business and in your life. And on Saturday, that investment is going to go up to 1111. And the closer it gets to the 20th of May, the investment is going to increase to the investment that this program is actually worth. Okay, I'm not going to disclose the investment just yet, but I'm going to say that it's probably going to be triple or quadruple investment to what I'm offering to you now. Okay, if you feel like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need to step into, drop me a message. I'm going to share the link to the program here in the chat. But if you have any questions about the calls, all of the calls will be recorded. So, you can watch them on the replay if you aren't able to join. And yeah, I'm so excited for you to join. I cannot wait to get this started. This has been just the most amazing creation that I've been coming up with recently, and people who did this a year ago just had the most amazing results. So let me just share a link to the program and you can check it out. You can check all the info. And if you are a member of, this is even a better news for any of my Visibility Vortex members, those of you who are members of my membership get 10% discount, by the way. So just drop me a message if you are interested in joining from the membership. Drop me a message and I'll give you a special code to apply. Special code to apply, the 10% discount. But like I said, current investment is 888 in full or 497 in 2 installments. The investment goes up on Saturday morning to 1,111, and then it's going to continue going up until we get to start on the 20th of May. Registration closes on the 16th of May. Okay, so there are just over 3 weeks for you to decide. But as we said, number 5 and number 6 from that new identity, take empowered action. I am super excited. I had such fun. I really hope that this was like a wake-up call for some of you and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's exactly what I needed. Yeah, drop me a DM if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining in, and the replay will be available for everybody else to catch up. And like I said, 3 days until Saturday for you to step into the pre-sale price. Otherwise it's going to go up on Saturday. Okay, thank you so much and have a beautiful evening, and I will hopefully see you in the program. Take care. Bye bye.